Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to be working in this area behind the house, taking down trees and hopefully burning. I have a ton of slash from last year, all through here, all them little trees that I cut, as well as this cedar. The cedar needs to be diced up a little bit. I really need to get that out of here and throw it on the burn pile, and I need to kind of burn continuously like I did last year, otherwise this pile just gets way too big and could have issues with a giant fire like that. What I wanted to get accomplished today is to get into this mess and finally get rid of this stuff. Most of this stuff is tiny little, inch and a half and down trees, but there's about a zillion of them. So I want to get this cleared out and then hopefully pull a bunch of this brush over. I can also burn right here, which is probably a good idea. Most of these trees are coming out. The only one that's staying in this area is that oak right there. This oak's coming out, and these here are coming out. So burning here would be okay, I believe. That oak right back there is staying as well. This will be coming out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure it out. I don't want to burn. Actually, I can burn right around this apple stump. That's far enough away from everything else where it's not going to kill a tree or anything. Okay, so what I need to do first is dice up that cedar and then I guess start making a pile here and piling it on there. I'll just have two fires. Yeah, tons of plastic and stuff that the critters keep getting into the garbage in the winter and then pulling it into the woods, or it just blows away from the back of the truck or whatever. So I got to clean this place up too. We're going to be building just a small garbage can hut so we can store them away from the animals. But we need to get other stuff done first. So let's get that cedar diced up. Okay, got the saw all ready to go. A little tip: if you don't saw very much, anytime you put gas in a chainsaw, when you fill it up, you fill up the oil at the same time. That way you're never gonna run it without oil. They design these saws so that the oil chamber holds a little more than enough for a tank of gas. So if you always fill them both at the same time, you're never going to run out of oil while you're sawing and damage the saw. Just a little pro tip there. Not that I'm a pro or anything. I got to do maintenance on this soon, which is I just buy the maintenance kit. It's a plug, air filter, and a fuel filter. And I have a, what is that called? A forceps that goes way down in the tank. So I can put the fuel filter is on the end of the intake tube down in the tank there. So you got to reach around and find it and pull it out. I'll show that in an upcoming video. But what made me think of that was this. I noticed this was getting I don't even know what the hell they call it. It's like a standoff so that you don't cut into the ground with your blade on this. This is a Husqvarna 223R brush cutter. This broke last year and it wasn't that bad, so I haven't replaced it yet. I have the new one. Same thing with this. This was getting really worn out, but it wasn't quite gone yet. But I got a replacement waiting for it. So it looks like both this and this need to be replaced real soon. So looks like I'm going to have a maintenance day coming up. real quick. I have a few damaged teeth on this blade, but the blade still looks pretty good. I do have another one of these. I'll have to show what kind of blade that is. These are really nice blades, and I can't remember. It's written on there, but it was written on there, but it's all worn off now. And the last thing, silicone spray. I spray the blade and the standoff thingy with silicone spray before I start. It just helps it cut so much better, a lot smoother. I got to get in, and this is as far as I got in this area last year. I really need to get in here and cut some of this stuff flush with the ground, because I just trip over them constantly. I hate taking the chainsaw to the ground because there's rocks everywhere, but that thing will take the abuse a lot better. But these grapevines really need to go. I'm going to trip and roll down the hill and break my neck one of these days. But I got to use that brush cutter in there as well as the chainsaw. And I better get to work real quick. Okay, now I got to take out this tree here, that one right there, and then one more over there. Little backstory on some of these, well actually all of them. When we first bought the land in, what was that, '04? Or beginning of '05, I believe it was. We built that barn that first year, and this platform was not here. We had this made right before we started building the house. So this was just a hill coming down here. But the natural lay of the land did go this way. So there was like a trail coming down, and then it came down right where I am here because this was a logging road. So we came down this little path here, and then we maintained a path here because you could see where the land kind of flattens out right here. So there was a path here, and it went down into the woods, and that's where we had our outdoor toilet. So this was the toilet path or the toilet road or whatever we called it, can't remember. But we used to maintain it, and you know, you'll get the weeds that are 4 or 5 feet tall and goldenrod and everything growing. So every year we would mow this or hack this out with brush, well, not a brush cutter. So every year we would cut this so it was like a grass path. And the very first year I spotted these little oaks growing in the grass. They were just, you know, a couple leaves. They were tiny. So I put cages around them and fertilized them, and then over the years until they got fairly big, I fertilized them every year, and we watered them on droughty years and all that stuff. And we had no idea we would be building here. You know, we had kind of figured we would be way the hell over there, but this is where we ended up building. So that tree is now in the way. The addition we're putting on this summer is going to come right up to the edge of it, but we are putting another addition on the back, and it would be too close regardless. So that has to come out, and it's going to have to come out today, as well as that one there, which is don't really care so much about that one, but these have like a sentimental value, so hate to see them go, but it does have to come out. And the bird feeder has to come out, so I got to figure out where to put it, where it's going to be out of the way. I'm guessing right by this tree. Really don't matter. But that's the backstory. And then this one was pruned around as well, and I believe there was another one right in here, but that was in the way of the putting this in, so that one had to go. We'll save at least one, that one right there, or at least two, and this one back here. This one is kind of right in the way of the road, so it's really got to go. So, better get to it. Oh, and this one has a lean uphill here, which is going to make it a little difficult. I want it to go that way, so I can burn it right over there, burn the top right over there. I got a bunch of stuff that I got to burn here too, but I don't want to burn it next to the tree that we're saving. So I'd kind of like to start a fire way down there and then kind of feed this stuff into it. So I really don't want to drop it right here, but that's the way it might go. You know, I've never had a huge amount of luck dropping it against the lean. I can push it, it's not that big of a tree, but we'll see how it goes. All right, this fire is finally burning on its own. I mean, you have to build a fairly good fire with dryish wood to get the rest of this damp wood started. Never easy, but there's a good fire going in the core there. So I just have to keep shifting this around and it'll burn up. So right now, I'm going to take some more of this dryish wood. It's wood that I cut last year. Them trees that were back in there, like that leaner. If you go look at the video of the leaner that I pulled with the gator, that tree's in there right now. So what I'm going to do is get some wood at the base of this old apple. I got a pile up there. Wheelbarrow some down, get a pile here, get it started, get this stuff that's around it on top of it, and get it burning. Then I'll take this oak here down. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all this other stuff. I got that oak over there to take down. And then that'll be all of the trail trees. Hate to see them go, but we're planting tons of replacements and opening up around that tree is going to make that tree grow awesome. So it needs to be done. This one, on third thought, I'm just going to drop it uphill, and you know, it's not that heavy. I'm dragging it right there, so I'll drop it uphill the way it wants to go, dice it up a bit, bring it over here, and I should have the fire going already. This is our newer cat. That's not Maisie. This one's a little more fearful. Maisie's not afraid of anything. Okay, let's get to it. Now, I got that oak right there down. Now I got this little cluster here. What I think I'm going to do is just take that little one out, and then I'm gonna drop this cherry, try to drop it right over here, and then try to drop this cherry right on top of it, and then them two aspens, try to take them that way. Oh, two aspens and I don't even know what the hell that is. It looks like a elm. Drop that stuff that way. I want all this stuff right in here gone. Then I have one more tree over that way, and then I'm going to be adjusting fires all the way till dark. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's only 2:30, so all right, let's get these trees out of here. Okay, that was a really good drop. Knocked all them little trees, pressed them down, and got them burning. These fires are going to burn a bit better now that the wood's drying out a bit, but it'll all be gone real soon. So this stuff, like I said in a previous video, I'm going to start a fire a little bit away from this oak here, probably right over there. So I got to dice these trees up, get some of the wood from the wood piles right up there, get some of that wood over, stack it all up. I don't think I'm going to burn it today. And then I'll have a clear path through here. This one is going to have to go that way. Same thing with that one. It has to go right towards that burn pile. So now that I have a burn pile established there, that's where they're going. And that could be tomorrow. That one's, I don't even know what the hell that is, but it's long dead. I'll take that one out too tomorrow. And probably take those last couple right in there out too. Get this whole area cleared. The planting this year, I think it's going to go right from the big trees across to the road over there, and then this area here. I'm thinking that's about a half an acre. Well, I think I got a close to a full acre with the other couple spots that I have. Oh, and I got down there too. So that's about how much seed I have, is about an acre's worth. Okay, I'm gonna get this stuff diced up, and then I got the one more tree to cut down over there, and I think that'll do it for today. Okay, that'll about do it for today. Got quite a few trees down. Tomorrow I gotta burn right there. I gotta dice this tree up and stack it. I don't know if I'll burn it or not. I don't know if I'll be able to. You gotta have a pretty good fire going to get this green stuff burning. And the sap was rising in this, so it's awful damn green. So I'll probably just stack it up. Burn it later. This one, I'm going to be coming out here, 2-3 times tonight and adjust this, throw some of this into the middle, and I might be able to get most of this burned tonight. It would be nice. So our old pooper trail tree is gone. So's that one. And so's the one over here. What was saved was that little white oak that I found growing amongst all these other trees last year. It had, all these trees around it, as well as that one there, the one I just took out, that red oak. So we got a little white here, and it looks like there might be one right there. Those can be replacements for the old one back there, which is dead. I got a hell of a mess through here that I want to clear out. Not sure what I'll do tomorrow, but I do need to get this stuff diced up and burned. This stuff here, all the stuff that's already cut. And then I was just out spraying, finished up my cutting over here, and then I sprayed through here, and I got some blue flagging tape and marked this just to make sure I didn't come through here like some insane ninja and cut this down while I'm cutting the rest of this stuff out. But you can see through there that there's a good sized white oak in there as well. So I got to clear around that. Yeah, there's the rock ledge starts right in here. It starts popping out of the ground right about here. Runs through here. I'll show you down here. You may have seen it last year, but it kind of looked different in here last year. There it is. It's a pretty cool ledge, and it goes across the Billy Road, and it's actually bigger over there, and then it goes around the corner, and that's what we've been calling Walnut Bluff. So I'd like to put a trail going through here. If nothing else, it'll give me easier access to the area down here, but we would like to be able to come out of the house and enjoy the area as well. But this will all be prairie grasses and flowers, prairie flowers. This dead ash right here is going to be dangerous. That's why it's still here. It's been dead for so long. It's got all those widowmakers up there. You never know, if you just touch the damn thing, if one of those will come down on your head. And I don't have a hard hat, so I don't know. I might leave it here. I could yank on it with the winch, but I don't want to yank all these rocks out of here. I'd like to cut it off and peel that rotten bark off and just let it rot down. Kind of like these two. You can see how it pushed up that big flat rock. Pretty cool looking. So still a huge mess down here, but I got the huge mess over there pulled up and burned. So I got all summer. I come back here a little bit here and there. Well, I really don't have all summer. I got to get this planted up here by the beginning of July. So I don't have a huge amount of time. So they'll be coming and putting in concrete in back of the house here, and then we'll get the back of it sided. Got a lot of work going on there. Got a lot of work going on over by the greenhouse. The greenhouse will be coming down, moving across the street. Concrete pads going in there, and a temporary building, temporary wood shop, which will be taken down eventually and put right behind the shed back there. Should be pretty interesting. So if you want to see all that stuff, make sure you subscribe, click on the update icon, and a like would be great as well. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.